Microphone is on. Do we have sound again, ladies and gentlemen? Or do we have not sound again? No sound, or do we have sound? I think we're pretty, yeah, we're back. Sorry for the mess, everybody. I have, I have missed all of qualifying, but what I did look at, and I'm sorry for the noise again. What I did was, we have game sound, we have mic sound. That's very, very good. But I did buy a new, and you won't believe it, I have a old little microphone that was probably about 15 euros, 10 euros, and I had that laying around. It's fucking shit, so it's going in the garbage straight away after this stream is done. I'm actually rolling up the cable and unhooking it from the streaming laptop, because that shit's not gonna work. And then we bought a special stream, me and Johnny, for the stream and for setting up this intro and the music and all the stuff together with the light stream, adding a little bit of depth with the intro, the outro, a little bit of music in the background. We bought a special fucking microphone of about 100 euros, just a single microphone. I just had it connected and nobody can even hear me speak, so I'm looking at this thing. I'm going back to work tomorrow, and I think, do you think microphones can swim, or do they sink? Are we betting something on it, or what are we gonna do? 75 euros, and you can't hear a damn thing. Well, that's some class fucking microphones for you, though. My God. Sometimes I think if it wasn't for a name, how do these companies survive? But back to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We have missed a lot of it, but we do see at the moment Mr. Farouk Khan on #1 position, with Idodo in second, just half a tenth behind. We have Stopston out in P3, and Mr. Baus El Crizo, Xbox Live player. We have Johnny Boy, which is of course another different Johnny than my Johnny, and another different Johnny than Johnny Sharp from yesterday. We have Pretty Ugly 69. We have Yoga Dave, Mr. Ice. Here he is, my favorite kind of guy. Always pushing, always getting better. And we have of course this dude over here. It is the best looking car on the grid. Sadly, it's not gonna be leaving the pit lane. But what will Idodo do? Idodo is still in the pits with 3 minutes of quali left. So I do wish to thank everybody who's been enjoying the start of this chaotic stream. I hope the rest of the stream is gonna be less chaotic, and I hope my own race at Kyalami later will be less chaotic than this start, but you never know. Me having had little practice, I just got back in the 42s myself on Kyalami. So as soon as this race is over, I will be hopping back in my grid and hunting that 41 high. 41 high, 42.0 being my best, and I did a 42.5. But that's for the next race that will not be streamed on XCL TV, because I will be racing myself. Let's say we gotta brush the rust off in the South African hills with Farouk Khan now 2 tenths the gap to Idodo in P2 for qualifying, and Stopston out a big half a second behind on P3. So if there's gonna be any top battle on the track, it's gonna be Farouk Khan and Idodo, with them possibly making a mistake and the other guys could snatch maybe a pole position away. But it's always a if. In the Netherlands we have a saying, what is it, Club? Can we say this? Can we say this on stream, Mr. Moderator? If your mother had a something, it would be your dad, some shit like that. Can we say that online? But I do hope game sound and mic volume is now back as usual, or in the same levels as usual, because otherwise I can still change a little bit. But I am certain we will lose 2 microphones today, so if everybody keeps their car on track, the microphones will be flying off. Good evening, Mr. Zettel. You missed the whole beginning. Everybody was calling me an amateur streamer, which I am, and no sound at all. Mr. Wayne, also welcome. We had no sound, we had no music. I've been preparing from about 11 a.m. until about after F1. I've been preparing this whole new intro, outro kind of thing, and everybody just said, Tinus, you might as well stop broadcasting because what you've done now is fucking shit. And yes, we do use the F word because it is. I've been at it the whole afternoon, except for the F1 race, and then this happens. So, yeah. But we do see Mr. Faroukan with the 133.1 and Idodo 2 tenths behind and Stofsen out taking P3 unless somebody is gonna be improving still on track. We do see top team, so follow him around and see what he is gonna be capable of. Will he improve by at least 2.5, 3 tenths? My friend Johnny not being here today, he wanted to prepare for Kyalami. We were practicing yesterday, and he was doing 44 lows, very low. He is bound to be getting into the 43s, I believe, with another guy we know also practicing. So Johnny wanted to get some extra Kyalami practice, and I will be doing the same thing as soon as we are about 35 minutes, 40 minutes further. So that's gonna be a extra 45 minutes of practice before I have to try and survive South Africa. Will he do it? He didn't improve. So we've got our top 3 guys, Mr. Faroukan, Mr. Idodo and Stopsten out. And a close midfield from P3 all the way to about P12, P15. We see gaps of about a couple of tenths. So that's going to be a very, very interesting midfield battle or midfield race, and possibly with Faroukan and Idodo having a battle, a Stopsen out or someone behind snatching a pole position. Yeah, Marshall, I'm already making up excuses. I haven't had practice. I've been broadcasting. I gotta brush the rust off. But yeah, we will see what's gonna happen. I possibly first corner is my weakness at Kyalami. The hairpin or the tight left-hander is my weakness, and especially we all know that sausage with the second to last curb. The sausage on Kyalami. You can take that corner without braking. You can tap the brake, but you do have to always miss that sausage, and we can just hope for the best tonight for myself, and I do hope the best for all these guys at Misano right now. We've got 26 racers on the grid, and a very close midfield. A lot of rookies, couple of amateurs, and a silver guy. Or silver, I think it's silver. It might be platinum, but I think it's silver. But the good old cheetah curve, yep. I will get 45 more minutes of practice after this stream, Moss. So if you've got any tips, I will be trying to get into the 41s. 41, I'd be happy with a 41.999. That's my goal. 33.1 is a pretty good time, but I heard last week 32s are possible, and the quick guys will do 32s around here. The quickest guys, we gotta say that.
30 seconds.
But we will be getting out of this Aston Martin and to Mr. Farukhan for the first warm-up lap. Nah. We won't be missing T1. I will probably end up, hopefully, if I can drive my times, hopefully end up somewhere in the midfield, front of midfield, and then we will try and maintain as much position as possible. As we saw Farukhan just flashing his lights a little bit. He's possibly even watching the stream as he goes. With iDodo flashing his lights as well. Do you possibly have a couple of guys watching the stream being on track? I don't know how you guys do it, having two monitors at once, two things to listen to, your game and a streamer guy that's talking your ears off. I usually have everything turned down and just the headset on my head when I'm racing. But I'm quite happy for Kailami. It's been a while since I've been racing. I enjoy it. I was getting more, you know what it is with the times, and it's on on all the tracks, right? You know you're improving. Yesterday I was doing a 44.2, I believe, 40 or the day before 44.2, and my PB is a 42.0, so I know I can get those times. And the thing I personally like when you're trying to learn a track is, at first you're like, damn, where can I find that half a second, that 1/10? Where can I find it? Where can you find those tenths, those seconds? You see guys driving in your opinion crazy times, and then you start learning the track. You start getting a little bit more confident with the car. You change a little bit something about the setup. You take a corner just different, maybe a gear higher, maybe a gear lower. You're learning the track as you go, and then all of a sudden you start getting that little feeling, and you start getting lap time by what it seems you're just driving around like you used to do. But it's all a how do we say that? Mr. Moss is English is better than me, but it's all a work in progress, and you learn as you go. As we come up on the second or third to last corner, and then we will go into Helicam as always to watch the start of Misano. We will be preparing by going about putting the car select somewhere in the middle. So if we see something happening when the lights go green, we will be ready to switch back to whatever position is needed. We're into Helicam, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get green flags, and here we go. As we do see a couple of bumps, and this is a little bit chaotic, the most chaotic we have seen on Misano this week, and possibly more to come. Whoa! That's Mr. Top Team into the back of Stubston out. Going into the fourth corner. A very, very hard braking zone. As we do see Mr. Top Team possibly almost all the way at the back. Idodo and Farooqan, a very, very nice battle. That's not important right now. We want to be in the midfield to see what is happening all around. Helicam for the moment, as there has been quite some incidents. If we get more incidents, ladies and gentlemen, we all know what's coming, right? We will be having another recap. And it's very, very hard to look for the battles with the split going to be reset after lap 1 normally. As we see Stubston out going into the pit lane. And Ice, having had a great start with the chaos all around. I believe I was mistaken. I think we have seen, instead of Mr. Top Team, it might be Mr. Top Team. Where is my split, ladies and gentlemen? Where is my split? Mr. Top Team, here he is. It was Mr. Top Team hitting Stubston out in the first lap, sliding all the way past his braking zone into the back of the Ferrari from Stubston out. We are gonna be looking at a couple of battles on track. We see, of course, the battle for P1. Farooqan still P1, Idodo still P2. Stubston out, having fallen back with a lot of damage on the rear because of Top Team. We do have a couple of small gaps. P3 is far away, but behind P3 we have Freeform with 6/10. Then we have Mr. Homer, Mr. Simpson with Pat Cat just behind him. And close behind him is Vito. I believe that's Don Vito for his friends. And we do have Mitch and Pretty Ugly 69 very, very close together. Pretty Ugly in the McLaren, Mitch being the Skechers BMW behind him. These two guys possibly getting into a battle. I see that gap closing, but we have a couple of gaps of 10ths. We have 5/10ths, we have 7/10ths, we have 4/10ths, and we have 8/10ths. So we're gonna be searching for the battles we might be missing out in the beginning. As the race goes on, as usual, we will be following one or the other battle, trying to switch around and not missing anything of the action. We see Mr. Simpson, Mr. Homer with Pat Cat having a look. And Klorpter, I do have a question after the race. I won't be discussing that in the stream itself, and it's nothing major, guys. It's just something about the stream, about some things we do want to do in the future, but we do want to keep some surprises. As we see Pat Cat making a move on the inside after that very, very long and fast straight. And we do have Vito in the Mustang right up Homer's ass. Is Pat Cat gonna be capable of extending that gap, getting a bit of a gap? It can make you feel a little bit more comfortable. Somebody that's not gonna be in your mirrors the whole time. Because are they gonna be making a counter move? Are they gonna be frustrated? They got overtaken. You never know how somebody thinks. It's always gonna be very, very dangerous. You gotta think about the other guy's mentality, right? Is it a Max Verstappen? Is it the Lando Norris? Is it the Hulkenberg? You never know. And we see Ice making moves on pretty ugly 69. That's what I like to see. 69 probably had a mistake. Ice normally not being this quick, but it's very, very great to see Ice having battles on the track instead of just moving around as a blue flag. Already 69 has been passing Mr. Ice again, which was inevitable, but it was very, very nice to see, and I'm trying to make it as exciting as possible, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta give my man a little shout out. We'll see Setnet any corner, or the next corner will be making a move on Ice. And after that we will be going to Mr. Miller and Mr. Casado. Ice outbraking himself a little bit, but Setnet keeping it nice and clean, not making a move straight away. Going along the outside though, as that's the move done for Setnet. Working his way forward, and 69 is gonna be his next target. In the meantime, we do have Miller in the red Ferrari, and we have Casado in the blue and red Ferrari. Saying all these names, ladies and gentlemen, saying all these names on the stream: Casado, Cerveza, Pancebero, the English names, the Dutch names. I do feel like a very, very multilingual person. The only languages I do speak are Dutch, English and German. So if you ever hear me say something crazy, it's probably something I've seen online or in a movie. Or the Narcos, the Narcos series, ladies and gentlemen. The Narcos series learns you a lot of Spanish. It's just not the good amount of Spanish you want to know. As we see Mr. Casado very, very close on the rear bumper of Miller. It might be a new Ferrari livery. It might be one of the standard ones, Clark. Bagel Run or Bagel Rum. With him making a move, or trying to make a move, at the inside of the long, long straight. At the end of the long, long straight. Mr. International, let's go with Mr. Casado having a little spin. And Miller moving up. Casado falling back. Johnny being past him, and Vito going into the pit lane. So that's Miller. Oh, Johnny Boy and Mitch having a little moment. It was just a slight tap, but enough to turn around Johnny Boy. Mr. Miller still ahead, and then we have Mitch and Casado. He's the French. Good evening, Doug Boss. The French Fecker is not having enough pace at the moment tonight. He did ask me. He did ask me to be able to watch the stream again, but I do have a very nice moderator who knows where all the people who can't view the stream has went, and if I'm gonna be looking for that, that's gonna be a long story. As we do see, while I'm having a story and looking at the chat, not seeing what is happening, I'm such a bad broadcaster, but that was Mr. Casado and Mitch while they were fighting for position. With me seeing a naughty in the chat, that was probably a little cheeky move. We're lucky. That's why we're saving streams, ladies and gentlemen. If I miss anything, if I forget to say something about something, that's why we do have streams and do keep them saved on Twitch. Everybody, by the way, like I do after the race, you can make clips yourself. If you see something happening that you do want to look back, you can always just watch back the streams and clip the stuff you want to see or show your friends, whatever. If you want to save it on your phone, all streams that are saved are free to be clipped. But Casado, we do need to follow Casado around, because or we need to keep looking at him in the split, because this man will have some frustration at the moment, having had an incident with Mr. Miller, and then trying to make his way through the field, having an incident with Mitch. As we do see a Nissan, Mr. Bazaboom, that's a Dutch guy. We see a stop and go for Patcat, with almost surely being from the furthest northest point of the Netherlands with a name like that. It's so funny knowing where people are from. But before I talk too much again, we do have Idodo closing in on Farouq. And we will be keeping an eye on that at that gap that Mr. Casado has to Mr. Miller. Because Mr. Casado will be on a mission. And luckily for us, we have no other major battles on track at the moment. Whoa, Mr. Farouq. having a DC or possibly a wheel DC or a server DC. Let's take a look. What's gonna be happening? Is he gonna be disappearing from the grid, going into a helicam to try and see what's gonna happen? It's probably a wheel issue. Probably a wheel issue. Very, very sad. He was. We were up for a very, very good fight between iDodo and Farukhan, falling back through the field and possibly restarting when his wheel has been set up again. But most likely, this will be an end of race for Farukhan. Wheel DC, yes, that's what we were saying. Thank you for coming in, chat. But wheel DCs, we already thought it, and it's very, very. We were very excited to get a battle between you and iDodo for P1. Every race, yeah. With top team possibly having passed Mr. Loro. With the gap being extended. So this is gonna be a lonely race for the rest for iDodo. iDodo is not gonna have much screen time today, because if you're 20 seconds ahead, what is the fun in that? But we do see Mr. Top Team closing in after that first lap incident with Stopstenout. Stopstenout being back in P6, Top Team in P10. But Top Team closing in quickly on Freeform Attic. Having a look up on the inside, but not enough speed to put the car next to him yet. But we do have a braking zone coming up with a tricky corner. A tricky two corner combination. You're coming in with so much speed. You're gonna have to brake. That car gets unsettled a little bit and then you let it go wide. You're basically turning two corners into one. You're gonna be turning back in to let that car roll through that tight right-hander. It's a great example, ladies and gentlemen. He has overspeed. He has the speed when he's not on the bum of Freeform Attic. But you gotta make that move and you gotta be patient. And I'm telling you all these wise words at the moment, but when I'm racing myself, being patient, being cool as a cucumber, or just giving up a position to fight for another day, that's something not everybody can do, and I'm certainly not the best at it. As we do see also El Crizo making a move on Miller on the inside. Making the move stick. The first one to go up on the long straight, but this is gonna give Miller a very big toe. And that corner combination we were just talking about, brake zone, steering in, letting the car go wide, letting it roll back to the inside, is a very tricky part of making a move. As we see a drive-through for Freeform. having taken too much track limits. Now Krizo made the move. He's not done yet though, with Miller having a little moment but still being fairly close. We will be going to top team though, still behind Freeform. And we have another battle coming up with Ugly 69 and Mr. Johansson. I think Johnny Boy and Mitch were the ones that had that incident where Johansson got spun out with that Audi having a bit of oversteer, but correcting it just in time. As we see in the split, Krizo now moving away from Miller, so Krizo is fine. He made the move, he made it stick, and he is now gapping Miller. And we see Pretty Ugly 69 also moving away a bit. Johnny Boy, Mr. Johansson, having had that moment of oversteer. But that Audi at speed, coming at you through the cameras. Oh! Here we go. We did see it happen in the background. That Audi being such a tricky car. It can kill you at any moment. The sound at speed. If you're in the pit lane, sitting in your car, and that thing is on Monza, and that thing is coming past you with that high revving V10. It's a possibly an even better sound than the Lamborghini. Thank you, King Davies, thank you. I hope you didn't have any wheel issues as well as Wayne and Farukon. I did have a wheel issue once. It was just a no force feedback issue, rebooting everything, and it helped. But sadly I was already crashed out of the race at that point. And we see Freeform having done his drive-through. We have Mr. Hux, Mr. Donins having a drive-through as well, and we see Satnat coming closer to Mr. Hux in the Aston Martin. With a pretty nice color, I gotta say that Aston Martin does have a pretty nice color. Well, it's always nice to have a little break, Davies. I do have my brakes. Klorpter was telling me last time, as we see Vito and Johnny Boy getting very close at the end of that fast sector on Misano. I have brakes when I'm working. Klorpter last time told me, Tynus, you do gotta have a break sometime. Why are you streaming every night? And I just told Klorpter, when I'm on the ship, I've got nothing to do. I'm just working. So on the ship, it's only a little bit of Facebook and a little bit of Discord, XCL for me. That's my. And for the rest, I'm basically just watching the news, watching a couple of programs, a couple of series. But doing these broadcasts daily on XCL with my work coming in between my 3 weeks is no problem at all. I actually do like it. I start liking it even more as we see Mr. Miller coming closer to Mitch. That's why we do want to keep improving, and we do have the intro ready, we do have the outro ready. It's just that damn microphone. It's the damn microphone. So I will be going back to work tomorrow, and sadly there won't be I will be away for 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 3 weeks. So it's gonna be a long time before I can give you all a broadcast again. But luckily there is a certain guy probably in the chat, but being very quiet, he's having a very busy personal life, and he does do XCL as well. So we might be having a stand-in for a day or two, maybe 3 in those weeks I'm gone. So it's gonna be a weekly broadcast and not a daily broadcast. I didn't tell him this yet, but he's listening, so he knows what I'm gonna be talking about after this broadcast. And the time and effort, ladies and gentlemen, it's I do like racing myself, just as the Kyalami. I do know I'm not the quickest in the field. I'm not the quickest, I'm not the slowest. I'm always in the midfield, and trying to combine keeping my pace up or getting a little bit better, and doing these daily broadcasts is, especially when we're still building. Like everything we try to add. I'm not a computer guy, so I'm trying to add a lot of stuff with Google, with stuff I see online. I do have to look up everything we're trying to do, but we are trying to improve. With only Idodo left, needing to do a pit stop, and of course we have, sadly, Mr. Farooqan, who had a wheel DC, got back in the game and is trying to do his best to get forward as much as possible with just 3 minutes to go. So 3 minutes to go, needing to do a pit stop. That's gonna be a last place finish, but the good thing is he did managed to get his wheel back on and is racing again. And oh, that is Mr. Mitch. I'm very sure that was Mr. Mitch, and yes, he is. We did miss this. I'm gonna need to ask some people for a nice replay of what happened here. I might be able to save the replay myself and get into different POVs, because we do want to have a couple of clips for this race. What I was gonna be asking you guys about was clipping things, and as we see these guys on track, Miller leading a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, all very close behind, with a couple of blue flags in the mix, but Miller, Freeform, Casado, Pretty Ugly are very close to each other. It's Miller going wide and spinning out. That's that fast corner, ladies and gentlemen. That's that braking zone that gets that car unsettled, and the back end will slide if you're not careful enough. As we see Mr. Freeform just ahead of Casado, and Ugly 69 possibly having had to brake for that incident. I think it's 30 seconds like Duck Boss says, or 60 seconds. As we see Pretty Ugly 69 having a struggle with the McLaren and bumping into that BMW. And these guys are possibly, if I'm watching at the split, there's no other BMW close. So these guys might just be blue flags being passed. Is it Mr. Petcat? It is.
The leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
And El Criso and Homer. Closest battle on track right now. With these other guys we've just been watching, a lot of blue flags in the mix, and that's probably a possible explanation to that incident at the end of the straight, with blue flags in the mix, having to decide, am I gonna go left, am I gonna go right, will they let me pass? Braking after that fast section, and then having to make decisions, having to turn your wheel, unsettling the car at such a fast section of the track is very, very hard and very, very dangerous. But El Criso being safe from Homer. Do we have any battles left? We do have, like Mr. LMW said, Matoya. I haven't seen him this week, and I haven't seen him the first week I broadcast, but Matoya is a known guy from what I understand. P2 with Farooqan was in P1. Idodo was P2, and then we had what I believe was, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Mitch, someone, or Setnet had a bad start, but we did have somebody else in P3, but it was Farooqan P1, Idodo P2. They were having a very, very close, or a battle to begin, with Farooqan having issues with his meal. And he did get the fastest lap, and I will try and take a look by how much. Idodo having done a 33.4, and Farooqan having done a 33.0, 4/10 faster than the guy in P1. But that's not important. We have our man in first place, Idodo. We have our man in second place, Matoya, and then we have the guy in P3 already leaving the lobby. So this was our Misano event. I will be closing off Misano, and I will be hopping in my rig to start practicing Kyalami, ladies and gentlemen. So no stream for Kyalami, and I will see you all, sadly, in about 3 weeks, but I will be on the Discord. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and see you on track, or see you in a while. Thank you, David. Thank you, Wayne. Goodbye.